So, 2018 midterm elections, which are still happening in some states like Georgia and Florida. Honestly, I can't live in Florida and deal with this every 2 years with the elections being this freaking close. I can't, it's not good for my health. I need to move north as soon as I can. Um, Now, when I say we in this video, I'm going to be talking about Democrats and liberals and those that basically like progression and human rights. So, in terms of for Florida right now, um, both the governorship and the Senate race are heading into a recount. Um, and the Republicans, Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis, are in the lead, and they would have won if it didn't come to the recount. And I'm still hoping that Nelson and Gillum can pull ahead and win because we can't have those two. Can't have DeSantis and Scott in the office. It'd be very bad. And then in Georgia, I can't remember the lady's name, but the black lady running for governor, they're gonna have to do a runoff, and it's gonna be really close. And it's just like overall in midterms, us Democrats did pretty good. Like, we got the House back. We didn't get the Senate back, but that wasn't really likely. But we got the House, so at least we have one part of Congress in control now. And Trump will have another barrier to fight. Florida, we didn't really win that much, or at least right now we're not winning. I don't really know about a lot of other states, but I was live tweeting during the election, and live tweeting during Trump's press conference the other day, so make sure to check out what I tweeted down in the description down below. The link to my Twitter is down there. But I heard from some other friends in other states through BookTube, such as a friend in Kansas who, for the first time, they have, like, I don't know if it's the first time, but for the first time in a while at least, they have a Democratic governor, which Kansas being more blue than Florida right now is ridiculous. And even though, like, Florida, we still are crazy as frick, it's always Florida. Why is it always Florida? I can't deal with this. Overall, we did really good because we have, for the first time ever, we have more than 100 women in Congress. Like, beforehand, we never got above 84, but now we actually have more than 100, and that's amazing. We have a lot of colored women. We have a lot of queers, men and women. Like, we have the first openly gay governor in Colorado, Jared Polis, which is amazing. The youngest woman ever elected to Congress, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Like, holy crap, I think she's like 27. We have the first two Muslim women ever elected to Congress, Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing their names wrong. We have the first black woman elected to Congress in Massachusetts, Ayanna Pressley. We have the first two Latinas elected in Texas, Sylvia Garcia and Veronica Escobar. We have the first two Native American women ever elected to Congress, one of which is gay, Sharice Davids, and Deb Haaland. In Florida, Amendment 4 got passed, which is basically giving felons, like past felons, the right to vote again, which is over 1.4 million. Like, 40% of black men couldn't even vote this election, but now they can next election, and they're going to hopefully come for the Republicans, which is amazing. Louisiana's law allowing felony convictions without a unanimous jury was created to nullify black voices, and voters fixed that tonight. They ended the Jim Crow law on jury decisions. Like, the fact that this Jim Crow law is still in effect in 2018 is freaking ridiculous. Washington State, one of the districts there, the district where two of my best friends actually live, they got flipped for the first time ever. There's a Democratic representative there, and voters in Washington State passed the gun measure, toughening background checks for people buying semi-automatic rifles, which is huge. Like, not the biggest thing for Washington, but it's still. And then there is yes on Amendment 3 in Massachusetts, which is basically continuing to protect transgender and non-binary people. These are both small wins, small victories, and huge victories, because compared to how elections went 2 years ago, and for various reasons, Republicans winning, how close so many of the elections are and how many seats were flipped. Like, I think Democrats gained 30 seats in the House of Representatives. That tells you how sick of the administration this country is. I'm look forward to 2020 and seeing who's going to run for president and getting, hopefully, control of the rest of Congress and the presidency again. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on midterms. Oh, again, Florida. I'm still hoping that things turn out all right. I'll definitely be tweeting about it when something happens. But overall in the country, we did okay. So just remember to keep fighting.